All right, we're going to talk about how Patrick Mahomes' mom co-signed Drew Brees' statement on kneeling and protesting. But first, Martellus Bennett, one half of the Bennett brothers, straight out of Texas, man, dropped a hammer on the NFL. He hasn't played since 2017, but he exposes and reveals some of the inequalities in the NFL in a series of tweets. I mean, the tweets keep coming and coming and coming. So check out his Twitter page, but we're going to get into it. We back, Goodfellas Sports TV. Make sure you hit that subscribe button, bell icon button, share the video. Appreciate the love, support, man. And other people could be shying away from this, but we run into the smoke. We run into the fire. We're going to attack it head on. Keep it tasteful. Keep it black. Y'all know how we going to get into it. But, yeah, Drew Brees pretty much triggered Martellus Bennett. He triggered a lot of brothers yesterday. I mean, it's probably some other brothers dropping that ether, but I ain't seen no heat hot as this one right here. So let's get into it. Bear with me. Here we go. He said, damn, y'all thought Drew would say something different than what he did. And then he goes in a series of subtweets. Tell me one white quarterback that truly stands for something other than their Captain America image. Not one of them spoke up when it was easy to speak up. Now they're writing statements. And y'all want to applaud them for these statements when y'all crucify every, and it's going to continue to go on. But he is right. You know what I'm saying? It's easy to speak up right now when attention, when everybody, attention is there and everybody just looking for somebody to understand and, the other to help us. You see what I'm saying? And like I said before, I don't respect nobody's from the NFL's opinion on this topic, because when it was time to stand up, not only for Kaepernick, when it was time to stand up for their money, they all put their tail between their legs like a scary, spooked out dog. So I've been saying this for Russell Wilson, Lamar Jackson, Cam Newton. Y'all know I don't rock with him like that. I've been saying this for years. All right. But he continued on. Athletes that said something by protesting in the beginning, locking arms was always stupid. There was no risk in locking arms. It was different from these BLM statements. Right. Looking happy. They're saying something. But when they had the chance to make a big play for their black teammates and colleagues, most of them remained silent, show ignorance, or didn't say anything of importance when it really needed. Funny thing is that if the white guys, I showered with, slept with, shitted with, count on, etc., would never speak up for me, how would I expect a white folks who I never spent any time with at all to do so? But that's their safety net. Everyone wants to speak up. I hear it, but I want to see it. And Fangio saying there is no racism in the league is like sitting on an elephant. So it's about to continue. He got that hot fire. All these coaches with a white daddy syndrome in the league and football, period, talking down to black players in a way they would never do to a white player, knows it's wrong, then want to turn around and tell him, I'm hard on you because I love you like you're my own son, as an excuse. The NFL is racist. The main reason they don't have black coaches is because racism. It's not because they are qualified. You already know the white owners who hire the coaches feel about black players. It's the same way they feel about black coaches. The difference is they need the black players to make the league work. They don't need black coaches in order for it to work. You can't tell me Joe Judge is more qualified to lead a team to the championship than Eric Bieniemy, and he's the coach from the Kansas City Chiefs, the black offensive coordinator that keep getting passed up. All right, sports media folks play a role in framing of a negative narrative around black players too. A lot of them MFers are racist as well. Black quarterbacks have to do everything right. Baker Mayfield and his white privilege allows him to do whatever he wants. The kid has so much swagger. No, the F he doesn't. It's a black quarterback. Did any of that and lost the narrative would be swagger is unfocused and not serious. And Fangio, of course, the league has racism because there are racist players, coaches, owners, GMs, trainers, executive, and it. So cut the BS. How are you leading black men that feel that racism every day when you telling them it doesn't exist? Let's not be ignorant. You have a Hall of Fame quarterback, Drew, talking about protesting the military when taking the knee. It's been forever long. How the F Do you still not know your black brothers, etc.? Y'all seen it. You get in front of millions your platform and gave ignorant statements, effing up the message dudes have lost their jobs fighting for. You and your friends need to take the knee off their necks of your black teammates and stand for something, because spreading the false narrative of protesting the military and shit is exactly what you are doing. Get informed. Read a fucking book. Someone black will know if you're a racist before it probably do. Protect these black boys when you allow them to play these sports. The coaches, owners, leaders, and all the levels will brainwash them to believe it's all they need to be is focused. When you sign those waivers, you're signing over your identity. So do your research, all right? And, he goes on, coaches, stop with it. You have other interests. You don't love the sport. You're playing a narrative. The other interest could be there forever because the sport isn't. Because the way it is set up throughout the entire system is the only place they truly have in the league is as a player. That forever jobs in the league are dominated by white people, starting with the quarterback position because of the racism. Just look at how they talk about Lamar. We need more black coaches leading black men in the league, as stopped many players from experiencing that with blatant racism and prejudice when hiring coaches. You can play for our team, but you can't lead our team. And, I think that's what it is about a lot of the quarterbacks and coaches. It's all about they don't want them to be the face of their team because they want a white boy to be the face of their team. But this is some extra stuff I call. White coaches spend much time trying to water down the blackness of players so that they can feel comfortable and in control. Shit's ridiculous. The NFL, that's the fact, is the NFL, much like this country, was built on the backs of black athletes, and they use the same system that we're designed during slavery and slave trade. The model will build it. These establishments can say what they want outwardly, but until the work is done internally, I don't want to hear ish. F the Tennessee Titans rode Derrick Henry the whole entire season, franchise tagged him, and paid Ryan Tannehill, who has very little to do with the success of that football team. And that's bars. Excuse me. Now, I don't have my computer with me, so I'm trying to read the small print, and I don't have my glasses. But that's bars, man. At the end of the day, Martellus Bennett dropping bombs. It'd be nice if he was still in the league saying this, but then he'll be retired anyway because they'll put him out the league for dropping this ether. So he could talk how he want to talk. He could say what a lot of the black players are scared to speak up and say because they don't want to lose their job. And most of them go broke. Like 70, 60% of NFL players go broke after football because they don't know how to take care of their money. So if you're in your prime, you definitely probably ain't got enough money to save up to speak like this, or investing in whatever it may be. But that's straight facts. Everything he said, man, this make Vic Fangio look bad, the coach of the Denver Broncos, who said there ain't no racism in the NFL. He don't see it. We see it every day. We see it with the quarterback position. Baker Mayfield, like I said, I like the way he played the game. I still think he got a chance, but he right. If Lamar Jackson went out there with the arrogance and the swagger of Baker Mayfield, he'd be called ignorant. He'd be called a bum. He'd be called the N-word behind the scenes. And that's the fact that they don't want guys like Eric Bieniemy, the offensive coordinator from the Chiefs, leading the football team. They want white daddy leading the football team. They want white executives leading the football team. They want a white quarterback. They want us to do the groundwork. And it is the model of the slave trade that they're using to build the NFL. We all can see it. It's just like they built this country on the back of our labors. We fought their wars. But then again, they try to exempt us from history like we wasn't nothing but some lackeys that just rode along for the ride. That's kind of that's why they don't want to, a lot of black quarterbacks leading the team. They want to always say the Eli Mannings, the Aaron Rodgers, the Drew Breeses, the Tom Brady's did all the work and get them the MVP trophies when off the backs of guys like Emmitt Smith, Michael Irvin, you know what I'm saying? A lot of these other dudes did great things. Randy Moss got Tom Brady there, but they want to praise the white person, the white quarterback and the coach, and get them all the praise. It's probably a black coach that could be greater than a lot of these white coaches, but just didn't get a chance. There's probably other black quarterbacks, that was right there with Warren Moon, and they just gave up like Charlie Ward, and Warren Moon went the route of CFL, and he made it, and they still didn't give him a solid shot. And when people talk about Patrick Mahomes got all these weapons, which I'm going to get to Patrick Mahomes in a minute about his blackness, oh, he got too many weapons, that's why he good, this, that, and the third. I said, how about all the other black quarterbacks that didn't have the weapons that Mahomes had in the past? But, hey, Martellus Bennett dropped that ether. But this is his mom. This is the thread where Drew Brees made the statements, and she said, well said, Randy Mahomes is his mom, Patrick Mahomes. And like I said, Patrick Mahomes did drop a statement and said he with George Floyd and this, that, and the third. But we remember when he gave Zimmerman that pass, all right, and said, oh, nobody knows what happened. Everybody knew what happened. He murdered that kid for no reason. Okay, straight up and down. But this lets you know, man, Patrick Mahomes, he don't believe he black. I'm telling you that right. And Patrick Mahomes don't think he a black quarterback. Look at his mom. How can anybody that loved the black man that she procreated with can stand by this statement? How can you raise a strong mixed kid or strong black kid and you co-signing this statement? That's all it is, man. They love our culture. They love what we can dish out in the bed. They love what we can cook up in the kitchen. They love our music. They love, they love us. They love us. They love us. They love us, right? But when it come down to social issues, when it come down to inequality and paying up and trying to protect us, they don't love us. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the reasons why, people that lay with the other, you got to know who you laying with. Love can make a racist, feel exempt and love one black person. You know what I'm saying? But a lot of these dudes that swirl and women that swirl, you know what I'm saying? And I'm talking about from the white side of things, they do so when it's beneficial. They ain't marrying no black broke man. Real talk. His father was a professional baseball player. Did you see him at the Super Bowl sitting there? Absolutely not. And this is who raised Patrick Mahomes. It ain't Patrick Mahomes' fault. Patrick Mahomes grew up in a white town in Texas. You think he know what the struggles that we went through in Detroit and Oakland and LA, you know what I'm saying? The segregation, basically that's still there between Mexicans and blacks, and he know what's going down in Mississippi, what's going down in Alabama, you know what I'm saying? No, he been sheltered in. And she been feeding him that white power stuff. He probably co-signed this statement as well. If she cared about his career, she wouldn't have said nothing. And now they don't even want to pay him, it sounds like, the money that he deserved. But hey, you know what it is, man. I'm telling you, dude, you better watch who you support and watch who jersey you buy and stuff of that nature, because it's a lot of these dudes who feel the same way Drew Brees said it, feel. But hey, it is what it is. Goodfellas Sports TV. Let me know what you guys think. Don't forget we on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Reach out if you got business, question, inquiry, response to video requests. Keep sharing the videos. Want to make a donation to the channel? Cash App, PayPal in the description. Best way to donate is share the video. And let me know what y'all think about that Martellus Bennett ether and what you think about Randy Mahomes, Patrick Mahomes' mother, co-signing Drew Brees' statement. She ain't gonna apologize.